please.
Yes. Oh, hi everyone. Welcome to this Friday's. So this is actually our Sew with Sarah episode for this Friday. We're doing it live.
Yes.
And
oh Lord.
we're at home. We're gonna have a few visitors.
We got the dog. The dog is knocking camera. Okay.
He's a sweetie though. I was saying to Aubrey before we unmuted ourselves. I think we were muted when I said this, but I said we're trying to do high-tech things by going live on YouTube and on Facebook, but we have kind of like low-tech knowledge when it comes to some of this stuff. So
I don't know why we thought we could do multiple things at once, but we're just gonna roll with it.
Yes.
So, hi Mary from Florida. Oh, I wish we were in Florida. So yesterday in Ohio, it was like 65, something like that. And if you come in this room, you gotta say hi on camera, so you better. Oh, careful, we're kidding.
Can you get back?
Oh my gosh. So we really are at home right now. But anyways, it was like 64.
Yes.
Here in Ohio. Warm. And then today it was like 40. So
a little cold.
Yeah, we can't keep the weather straight. So all right. Well, we are at home. We're in our comfy clothes. It's 6 o'clock in the Eastern time zone. We've got a glass of wine. We're relaxing.
Hanging out.
Yeah. And Sarah talked me into doing this on Facebook and YouTube. So you know how.
Just for fun.
Yeah.
Try something new.
Okay. So tell me in the comments. We'll get started here, but tell me in the comments what your plans are for the weekend. We'd love to know that. Sarah, what are your plans for the weekend? You've got a big weekend.
I do. So tomorrow is my son's birthday party. So we're having a dinosaur birthday party. He's going to be 3 years old, but he's actually a leap day baby. So he really doesn't have a birthday this year, at least as far as the calendar says.
Yeah.
But he's a leap day baby, so his birthday is actually on Tuesday, but we're throwing his birthday party tomorrow.
I think the leap day is so fun. My kids were so confused. They're like, but it isn't. When is his birthday? Is he still a year old? I'm like, he's still a year older, even though it's a leap
even
year
though it's
day,
not on the calendar.
Day.
Not this year, but next year it will be.
Yes.
So that'll be a big one.
Yes. Okay. So what we're gonna do tonight is we're not sewing with Sarah, but this is a Sew with Sarah YouTube episode.
We are Q&Aing with Sarah.
We're
Aubrey.
Yeah, we're Q&Aing. Somebody's trying to call me. I don't know who that is.
Hi, Linda. Linda's watching over on YouTube. She lives in Shipshewana, Indiana.
Okay, I know where that is.
Linda asked one of our questions.
Did she?
Yes.
Do we know which question?
Yes, I do.
Which question?
I think it's the last one on the list.
Should we start with her since she's on?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, did we tell them what we're... So basically, we just wanted to go live to answer some of our most frequently asked questions, as well as we sent out some stuff to you guys to see if you guys had any questions and invited you here, and thank you so much for coming. And if you have any questions, just put them in the chat and we'll answer them.
Yep. Okay. So we do have a couple questions here, and we also threw in some FAQs like Sarah said. So let's just start at the top. How's that sound?
Sure.
Okay, are there specific designs that are good for beginners?
So, and this is a question I actually just answered today in one of our Facebook parties. Somebody said they wish that we would put skill level on our designs. And the reason that we don't do that is because we don't really think that any of our designs are more difficult or easier than one another. We say they're all about the same skill level. And if you guys see me looking in different angles, it's because I'm looking at two cameras. But we say
hard.
They're all about the same skill level. The difference is that some of our designs maybe take a little bit longer to stitch out, or they involve stitching out more blocks in and of itself. So I guess if I were a beginner, where I would personally start is probably with one of our 3-block wall hangings or something smaller like that that's a little more manageable.
But really that's just to kind of get the feel for how the process works. And then very quickly after that, you're going to be able to kind of move on to something bigger.
Yeah, just to kind of get your feet wet and get started. And you could definitely start with something like one of our heirloom quilts. You just have to be aware that it's going to take a little bit longer, obviously, which I think everyone probably knows that just when they look at them.
Right. So, no, you can do any of them. You can't. That's the beauty of the whole process,
Yes.
right? So, the machine kind of does it for you.
Mm-hmm.
You hit start, it does the placement stitch, then you're placing your fabric. So you're placing fabric, changing thread. If you know here's my favorite thing to say. If you know your machine, you can do it.
Yes.
Because I don't have an embroidery machine.
Yeah, if you can thread your machine, you can do it.
Right, but I've edited a million quilt videos. For me, the hardest part is knowing how to use the machine.
Yeah.
The rest is easy. And we have step-by-step instructions and things like that too. So
yes.
Okay, the next question that we got, and we have a lot of newer people too.
Yes.
Hopping into our Facebook group and things like that. So this is great. Is what is Battleizer? Some of you probably know what Battleizer is. Others of you don't. So I meant to grab a pack. Do you want me to?
You can go grab one, and I'll.
But you have your other thing too.
Yes,
okay,
I do.
You can start talking, and I'll go get that.
So Battleizer is something. I got a hair on me. Is something that we recommend with almost all of our projects. We're going to use Battleizer. Any of our quilts are using Battleizer, and the first step always says hoop Battleizer. So what that is a batting and stabilizer combination. So it's a batting that has the scrim of the stabilizer on the back of it, and you just put this in your hoop. You don't have to cut it to the size of your block or anything like that. You just hoop the Battleizer, and then you start stitching directly onto that. And it holds up really well. Did we take all your 5 yards?
Yeah, I sent it back to the
okay.
office.
That's
I was
okay.
like, oh shit.
But it holds up really well to some of the dent stitching that you see in some of our quilts. Like when you're doing a satin stitch over an applique or something like that, it holds up really well to that. But it still has some nice, I'm trying to show you on something that's connected to other things, but still has some nice drape to it. Mm-hmm. So it doesn't make your quilt really like rigid or anything like that. What actually, that's a question a lot of people ask, I think, with Battleizer or just our blocks in general, is are they really stiff? And the thing that if your block is stiff, it's probably because there's a lot of stitching in it. So yeah, it's not.
I can think of a quilt, for example, that we did in the past. It had some triple run line stitches, and a lot of stitches. Mm-hmm. And maybe, especially if you do like a 5-inch block, which is the smaller block,
it's condensed down into
with
it.
Something like that, that's gonna tend to.
Yeah, but the Battleizer itself is really nice, and we hear of people a lot of times even using it in different projects. Mm-hmm. So they're using it across, different projects, different brands that they're stitching designs for. So.
Paula says the Battleizer is the best.
Thank you, Paula. And Paula's so awesome. I love Paula. She is on almost all of these Sew with Sarahs, and she's always saying, hey, y'all. So
yeah, I love that.
Thank you for joining us, Paula.
And we got Darlene and Rhonda. Hi, girls. Yes. Thanks for saying hi.
And Carol is over on YouTube. She says hello.
Hi, Carol. So the Battleizer, I went to get some, but we had taken it back to the office, and I forgot. But we sell it in packs of 5 yards. But we also sell it in 15-yard rolls. So if you're doing maybe a bigger project. But what I like is, I have this upstairs too. What I like is for like our 3-block wall hangings, which again, I like to steer beginners towards. We just said how really you can do anything if you're a beginner, but in terms of like just getting your feet wet, that's a really great place to start. And you can get 5 yards of Battleizer and make a couple.
Yeah, I think you can make like 3, almost 3, maybe 3.
So,
with them,
and so try it. If you haven't used it, just try it. You'll love it.
Yes.
Okay. Next question. By the way, we did get these questions.
Hold on. We have a question.
Okay.
Darlene says, maybe I'm the last to know things, but are you 2 sisters?
Yes.
And we won't laugh at you, Darlene. We get that question a lot because we look a little bit alike, don't we?
I think our voices sound the same.
Yeah.
Too, so
we are sisters, but we are not the Hoop Sisters. The Hoop Sisters are also sisters, and we are the daughters of one of them.
Yeah.
But we're taking over their pages right now.
We're probably never going to do a live right here again because my family keeps
That's okay.
back and forth.
That's okay.
So yes, we are sisters. Please don't guess which one is older.
Normally it's the older one that says things like that, right?
Yeah. So just a few years older.
Just don't guess how many years older.
Yeah, don't guess how many years. There you go. Okay. Oh shoot, we shouldn't bring a trimmer home.
Oh, I didn't. I'm sorry.
Man. Okay, the next question is, what is the trimmer by George?
It would have been
Dang
nice
it.
to have that, right? Okay,
You're so unprepared.
I know. We'll have to we'll have to just do our best to explain it, and we have videos on our website, I believe.
I'm gonna grab a link and we can pop it in, so if you're curious.
Yes, we do have how-to videos on our website, and I know previous Sew with Sarah videos, I think even last week's Sew with Sarah, I kind of gave a quick trimmer demo.
We do give a trimmer demo a lot.
We do. So Trimmer by George is essentially, I think it's a 4.5 inch by 12 inch acrylic ruler, and it has a crimped metal edge on one side, because I've got this step out right here. So this is one of our final blocks, and once you get your block done, you have to remove the battleizer and the backing fabric up to the basting stitch so that you can remove that bulk from where your seams will be. So that crimped metal edge, you just kind of shimmy up under the fabric on the front of your block, and then when you lay your ruler flat, it protects that fabric so you can trim right up against the basting stitch. So like I said, the videos of this are really, really helpful, because my explanation, if you've never seen it, you're probably like, what is that girl talking about?
I did just drop a link on Facebook, but we have a different setup over on YouTube.
We'll drop it in YouTube at the end of this video.
Yeah. And so then you can see, and I will tell you too, on the link, you can see what the trimmer is, but there's also a free trimmer case download. So you can download that, and then you can make a case for it. So that's kind of cool too. So all that's on that link. So if you're curious about what the Trimmer by George is, check that out. We'll pop it into YouTube too, because I know you YouTubers, we love you. This is normally Sew with Sarah is just for YouTubers. I don't know why you talked me into going live on Facebook tonight.
I don't know. I figured I'd see who'd hang out with us, and we got some of those ladies hanging out with us. So thank you for joining us. Okay,
the next question that we received was, this is a common question, and I see why, because you're like, why would I use water-soluble thread in my quilt? I don't want it to fall apart.
That would be bad, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Don't use it to join your blocks. Sorry.
Sorry.
I'm trying to lean over so that she's stealing the show over here.
Me?
No. Okay, so water-soluble thread. So we typically use water-soluble thread for our very first step, which is to sew our placement stitch onto the battleizer. And then if you're using an optional, that's easy for me to say, an optional wool batting, you'd tack it down with water-soluble thread. And then you'd also tack down your fabric with water-soluble thread. The reason that we use
I like your little book.
Do you? Thank you. Yeah. I at least prepared enough to bring a couple of these. But the reason that you would use water-soluble thread in these steps is, let's just be honest, I don't want to change my thread every time I'm doing a step. So it's going to eliminate steps for you, and it's going to make it a smoother process, right? Well, also you want to use water-soluble thread, because I'll give you guys a close-up, because when you're tacking this down, this basting stitch is going to be right in your seam when you join your blocks. So if that shows a little bit, if you don't catch it perfectly when you're joining your blocks, you can just dab it with a little bit of water, or if you wash your quilts, you can do that, and it will just disappear and look seamless. So that's why we do that, because even if I used like a light green thread that matches this, if you don't catch that perfectly, it's still going to show a little bit. And if you want a perfect end result, you'd have to pull out the seam ripper, and no one wants to do that.
Right. Did somebody comment over there, or no?
We just have Carol and Linda that have said hi over here so far.
You guys should see. This looks so silly from our perspective. We've got cameras and computers and all sorts. So we're a little. I feel a little like disjointed.
Oh. We'll do better next time. Now we kind of know what to.
It's okay. We'll be all right.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm looking everywhere. Okay, so this is still water-soluble thread. A lot of times people want to know, am I supposed to put it in my bobbin?
No.
Okay.
Correct. Not in your bobbin. Just use a regular pre-wound bobbin. You don't need to use water-soluble in there.
And then let's also talk about storing it, because it is water-soluble. So,
if you live in a humid environment, I would put it in like a plastic bag when you're not using it.
Mm-hmm.
We live in Ohio, and I've never done that, and I've never had issues with it. But it's obviously not. We're not Florida, right?
Somebody said hi from Florida earlier.
Yeah, we don't live in Florida. We don't have that humidity, so that's how I would store it. I think someone has even said before they've put it in their fridge.
Yeah, someone
I think
did
I've
say
heard that. So
I don't. We've never done that, so I don't know.
I've done that with paintbrushes when I'm not using them.
Yeah, that's true. And you don't want to wash them.
Yeah.
You're gonna use them the next day. Annie actually had a flood in her basement years ago, and she had her sewing room down there. It was a finished basement, and she said that she went down there and there was like a hunk or a spool of water soluble thread that was like
lava there.
Yeah, it got wet.
But when it's just in one strand on your quilt, like a stitch, it's pretty easy to dissolve. So
right. Yep. Okay, and then so this is a question we get asked a lot too. Is what do you mean when you say neutral thread? Because in our instructions we often say use a neutral thread. So explain that one.
Yeah, so one of the areas that you would use a neutral thread is when you're doing something like a stitch and flip. So you can see on this step, we've got our piece of fabric tacked down, and then on our next step, we're gonna do what we call a stitch and flip. So what we'll do is we'll lay our fabric right side down, and we're gonna sew a seam. And when you sew that seam, you'll sew it with neutral thread. And all that means is that you'd wanna use a thread that matches or coordinates with your fabrics. So for this seam in particular, I would just use a green thread that matches my fabric. If your fabrics are a little closer, you could just use something that coordinates with them, closer in color, I mean. So yeah, that's just what we mean when we say neutral thread.
That's so nice. Colleen says this is her first time watching Sew with Sarah, and it won't be her last.
Good.
I will tell you, this is an unusual Sew with
Yes.
Sarah.
Yes.
But yeah, definitely watch again. This is our first live Q&A that we've done for Sew with Sarah.
I actually am sewing more often.
Yeah, she does.
You know what I just realized?
What?
Can I turn this? I don't want to try it. Okay.
Try it.
Sorry. YouTube might yell at me. Let's see.
We might break stuff. Get ready. We might break it. No, it doesn't like it, does it?
It's my phone.
Oh. Technology.
Oh no, now we're sideways on there. Okay, I'm gonna turn it back.
Oh, Linda's getting ready for her very first project. What are you gonna do? Are you doing In Bloom? That was really popular. Hey, Leonie's on! Yay!
It's a better time than
Leonie,
2 o'clock, she said.
Is this 6 a.m. in Australia where you are? We'll find out. You need snacks and drinks. Sue, I have a glass of wine right there. It's 6 o'clock. We're off the clock. We're just hanging out for fun.
Yeah.
But you're right. I definitely have a drink. I don't have any snacks. Sarah's got a little drink over there too. So, okay. So next question, Leonie. I still want to know what time it is.
She said it's 7, just after 7.
Okay. Oh, okay. A.M.
So still a little early, but
yeah. Okay. So we talked about the neutral thread. So this is I got another good question. I trimmed away the battleizer up to the basting stitch, but I should have trimmed 1/4 of an inch through all layers. Do I have to start this over?
You don't have to start over. So what this question means is this, for instance, is one of our border blocks from Kaleidoscope, a sew along that we just finished with. So this outside edge of this block, the top edge is going to have binding sewn to it. So when you use the trimmer by George and you trim this block, you just use the acrylic ruler side of the tool, and you would trim 1/4 inch through all layers. But with this person, she used that metal lip and put it under the front fabric, and then she trimmed away up to the basting stitch, the battleizer, and the backing fabric. If you do that, all you have to do is cut a piece of battleizer that is 1/4 of an inch wide, and then just use, what do we use? I think we use glue based it, and you can glue it right on there, and then just trim 1/4 inch. Roxanne's glue based it. Yes, I believe so.
We should make a video on that because I've seen you do it at the end of other things, but maybe we need a specific.
We'll do that.
What do you guys think? Do we need a video of just that? Lindy. Oh my gosh, I called you Linda earlier. Lindy's first project is out to brunch. Angie asked if we sell Hoop Sisters t-shirts. So on my to-do list, this month has been crazy, but on my to-do list, I want to get some, like, what do you guys think of this? Iron-on vinyl.
Yeah.
So you can put it on whatever you want.
Is that how these?
No, we
do have
these.
other ones that were
But
made
then
like
we don't
that,
have
and
to
they
worry
look
about
great.
sizes and how the fit is and different things like that. I think that might be a good option. Let me know what you think of that. And then somebody else said, Shop told us we needed to do, I needed to tell you this.
Uh-oh.
They wanted to have an embroidery of Hoop Sisters, so someone could just embroider it on
Of our logo?
That might be a little more detail oriented, so
Yeah,
not to put you on the
It
spot,
is a
but
little
that
more
was another suggestion.
With the hoops for the O's.
And
that's
Leonie,
very
why
true.
not digitize it?
There
Yep.
you go.
See? So then I'm thinking we could just sell those little vinyl.
Tracy over on YouTube, by the way, says vinyl would be awesome.
Yeah. Okay. Good. I mean, then you could put embroidery on anything too, but you could put it on whatever. So hi, Roberta. Yeah. So that's been on my to-do list for like 2 weeks, and I have yet to do it. So if you guys know of someone who does that, can make them for us. But I will. And Angie likes the embroidery better. I think we need both. That's what I'm.
We'll start with vinyl and then
Okay.
we'll go from there, okay?
Okay. Right. So someone else asked about enlarging a design. So will you talk about that?
Yes. So some of the designs are only offered in one size, and this person was asking if they could make, it's one of our newer designs. She wanted to make it larger, and I told her that we do not recommend that. Reading a comment. I would like the embroidery of your logo to do on. Oh goodness, you guys are gonna pressure me to do an embroidery. Okay, so they were asking.
People are saying great idea.
If we can make the design, if you can take our designs, put them in your software, and make the blocks larger, because this particular design was only offered in one size. And I guess I'll just tell you, it was in bloom, because in not recommend this, and the reason is because when you do that, oftentimes what's going to happen is the stitch length will change, your satin stitch width is going to change, and there's going to be a few adjustments that would need made, so that's why I wouldn't recommend it.
It'll throw just the littlest thing off that you would not expect,
and
then we can't support it.
That's what I was going to say. You could try it, but if you have problems with it, we can't support it. So if you have questions or something, we wouldn't be able to help you. So I don't know. Maybe you give it a try, but we wouldn't be able to help you with it if there are issues. And I think too, with how much you want to enlarge that block, that your satin stitch would be a little off.
It might cause you more frustration than it's worth.
So I'm sorry. I know that wasn't the answer that you wanted to hear.
But I'd rather tell the honest answer than.
But post if you're doing stuff like specifically in bloom.
Yeah.
Post your pictures to Facebook, because I kind of keep a mental tab of maybe what layout you guys are doing, and maybe in the future we offer different sizes and things like that. So
yeah, absolutely.
All right.
Okay.
Did I answer everything?
Yes.
Any other questions?
Those are all the. Oh, someone asked if we had a website. Yes, we absolutely have a website. It's hoopsisters.com. I'll put it in the comments too in case that person happens to be watching. Or you just Google Hoop Sisters, you'll find us there too. But yes, we do have a website. There it is. Okay. I have a couple announcements too, but if you guys have any questions that we didn't answer on here, you can check YouTube and you guys can comment. I'm looking at Facebook, so if there's something else you want to know, let us know. But I have a couple announcements. We've got a lot coming up next week. Somebody just said something over there.
Tracy said, yes, we do have a website. She has an account with us.
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
and Tracy's YouTube is called Sew Journey. S-E-W Journey. So
ooh, I like that.
She's probably doing fun things over there.
Yeah, we should check her out. Give her a subscribe. Okay, so a couple announcements. Right now, we have 20% off our digital download designs on the website. Category on our website called Designs by Download, and anything in there is 20% off. There are some exceptions.
Yes.
Such as our brand new release In Bloom is not there. But if there's something else, let me know. I'll check.
Oh,
but
Tracy said she doesn't have a YouTube channel. I'm sorry. I don't know how to YouTube. I think
we're new to YouTube. We're new to YouTube.
Sorry,
we
Tracy.
don't know how to do anything.
I thought it was cute, so I had to give it a shout out.
She's like, no, don't go there. It's not mine.
That's not me.
That's funny. And we honestly have had 2 sips of wine, so we can't even blame it on that. So, okay, so 20% off Designs by Download. If you just go to hoopsisters.com and then hover over the word quilts, it'll pop up some different options. It says Designs by Download. You do need to use a coupon code FEB20, like February, so Feb20. And that'll get you 20% off the downloads that are in that category of the
I
website.
went through that category
There's a lot
earlier
of
today,
stuff in
by the
there.
way. And if you keep going and tabbing back page by page, there are a lot of heirloom quilts in there.
Oh, yeah.
There's a lot of stuff in there.
Yeah, I mean, so like if you scroll, there's page numbers at the bottom and you can just keep going through.
Yeah.
So it's pretty fun. Your husband's texting me.
Uh-oh.
Texting both of us. I don't know what's going on.
He's okay, I'm
Okay. All right, so then I'm not done with our announcements. We got so much more. Next week, we're going to go live a lot. So next Wednesday, we have a big surprise.
Yes, we do.
Wednesday.
Well,
Wait,
I have a question,
Go
though.
ahead.
Can I ask them a question if they liked something that we did previously?
It's your show. I'm
Did
just
you
here
guys
hanging out.
like when we did the heart block challenge? And we gave away that heart block and then we picked some winners. Did you guys like that?
I feel like she's just giving away everything. Did you like it? I don't know. We'll find out. I'm sure it takes a minute for these comments to come in, I feel like.
It does.
So if you liked that free heart block challenge, let us know.
Yes.
Angie says yes. So if you liked that, you should probably tune in.
Yes.
Next Wednesday, which is March 1st.
That's pretty wild.
Hint, hint. Lots of hints.
There's hints behind us, kind of, too.
There's might be hints behind us. But yeah, so tune in. It'll be 2 o'clock.
Yes.
Even if you can't catch it live, just check in on us when you can. You will want to do that.
Yes.
So that's Big Surprise Live at 2 p.m. next Wednesday, March 1st. And then, why don't you tell them about Thursday and Friday?
Thursday, did we put this name out there?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, in the subject line it says Boot Camp for Beginners, and then when they click in further, it says the rest.
So Thursday we are doing, it's the first day of a 2-day live party release for something that's a little bit different that Hoop Sisters has never done before. So it is definitely geared toward beginners. It is very heavily geared toward beginners, but the fabulous thing about it is it includes things, so there's an actual design with it, that if you're a pro and you've done a ton of Hoop Sisters projects, you can still buy it and you can still just, take off with it. But I think it's great because we are going to be doing some classes that are very in-depth and will answer any questions that you could possibly imagine, and you're going to get a lot more information, and it's all going to be in one nice place, and you'll get some paperwork on it. We've got a lot of stuff.
So we will unveil all of that on Thursday
Yes.
at 2 p.m. live. And we'll go into great detail. The price point is amazing. The thing is really cute. It's right there. But we're excited to show you that. So it'll be kind of like an unveiling and a reveal and details on Thursday. And then Friday, we're going to kind of recap everything that we talked about today. And you're going to be stitching something.
Yes.
Okay.
I'll be stitching I believe it's a free, I'm trying to just wrap my head around everything.
We got a lot happening right now.
It's a free gift with registration.
Yes.
So next week you have the opportunity to get a couple things.
Oh my gosh, we're just
A couple fun freebies.
You
I
might
guess.
want to hang out with us next
Yeah.
week. It's all we're going to say.
By the way, Darlene is stitching the heart block tonight.
I saw that.
She's stitching that now.
That's awesome.
Angie is excited for Quilt and the Hoop 101.
Yes. Oh,
So,
yeah, Angie,
yeah.
you'll love it. You'll love it. It's so good. Okay. All right, so yeah, so there is a registration. In fact, I'm gonna pop the link in here,
Okay.
and then we can pop the link in there.
Yes.
But you will want to get registered for the Quote in the Hoop 101 release party. I can't talk. The release party that's happening. I'll pop the link in because the reason you want to get registered is Sarah is she's making right now, or made, I don't know what you're doing. We got too many things going on.
The free gift?
Yes,
it's
get
done.
A free gift.
It is done and ready.
It's really pretty. So you'll get a free gift just for registering to join the live event. So I popped the registration in there. If you have not yet done that, do that. Yeah, and then just join us. Basically, we're going to be live every day at 2 o'clock, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday next week.
First 3 days of March.
Hope you're not sick of us yet, because we have a lot of lives coming up.
Because we'll be back.
Yeah, and that's just what we have the first part of March.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, there's something the second part?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. On that one.
Something major, the second part of March. So, yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Well.
I think we got it all. Won't let you click on it. Let me make sure my link is working.
It's clickable for me.
Maybe I'll try to. If it isn't clickable for you, it's working for me too. But you know how technology goes. If it's not, just go to hoopsisters.com, and then all you have to do is there's a tab that says QITH 101 for
I think it's the first
Hoop 101.
First
yeah, like top left, left, whatever your left is, and then the only thing in there currently is maybe it's from your phone. It's not work. I don't know, but just go to hoopsisters.com and then click on that top left tab. And then you can register. The registration's totally free. So, all right.
Well, thank you guys so much for joining us. I know this was a very different with Sarah episode, but it was fun.
If you like this episode and you want to do another one like this, hang out with us, drink wine with us, whatever, let us know. We'll do it again. All right. Thank you all for hopping in, and we can't wait to see you next Wednesday.
All right. Bye, guys. See you Wednesday.